Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Will Patterson. I'm a hand letterer and I make these YouTube videos basically showing you how to do certain things. And today I'm going to be showing you some brush lettering on a Crayola marker, and I'm going to show you how you can use it. So the only things you need is paper. I'm just using normal sketch paper here. It's quite smooth with the marker. You can use marker paper if you want, and you just need a normal Crayola. Now you're probably wondering how I get these thicks and thins, and that's what we're going to be going over in this video, is how you actually get the thicks and the thins and how you can control your lines. Now this is just a very quick sketch that you might have just seen me do, and basically I'm going to show you how to get this effect. But the actual Crayola marker is a really sophisticated piece of kit, even though it's so simple. The reason is because we're able to get multiple styles of hand lettering or brush calligraphy throughout this. So it's really clever, and if you've got a Crayola marker and paper, then you can do exactly what I'm doing now with just a little bit of practice. So let's hop on into it and let's see what we can do. So as I said, you just need to have some paper and a Crayola marker. Now, the thing with hand lettering is you've got to understand that there are thicks and thins. Now, if I'm going to write the letter C, like a capital version, you can see here that I've got a very good hand control, or kind of good hand control. It's not the best, but you can see that I've got a thick part here and I've got a thin part here. Now, the way that you control a Crayola marker is very similar to the way that you can control a normal brush pen. It's through pressure and obviously moving your hand slightly. So if you get your marker right now and you start going ahead and trying to make those thick lines, you can do it by touching the border or the thick part of the Crayola marker. You can also get those thin lines by using the tip of the Crayola marker. So you see, with these together, we can use some pretty cool techniques to create some thicks and thins of lines really easily. There's also another method, but it breaks your Crayola marker after a while, but I prefer to use this just because Crayola markers are cheap and easy to find. You just use pressure, just like normal. So I basically use the tip of my Crayola here, you can see it's a bit bent, and I'll go with the C like this, and as I come up, I'm pressing weight down, putting pressure on it, and then I release the weight. So a good exercise to really get your thicks and thins going really well is by just going ahead and creating a C like this. This will help you gain consistency with a few things. Consistency in this part here, because with hand lettering, you want to make sure that your actual bowl here is the same as the one before it, especially with cursive writing, and also you want to make sure it's going up at the same angle. So if I said cat, I'm going to write cat just here so you can see. So you see we've got a capital C, and I've just done it a bit weird there, but I've got a capital C here, you can see it comes up, and then I've got an A, which is normal, and a T. You see the bit here of the A is similar to the one of the T, and it's going up at the same angle as well, and that's what you want it to do, and that's the trick. You want everything to be very consistent. So a good exercise to actually get this going properly is by writing out some words, and there are a few words that you can write out to see your consistentness or your consistency even throughout the hand lettering. So if you're trying to do some really consistent hand lettering, then aluminium is a good word. We'll just do this. We'll concentrate for a sec. And there you go. That's not the best. I did it pretty quick, and you can spend more time on it, but for the video I'm doing it quite quickly. I'm going to take you now through the way that I go ahead and create like posters or Instagram posts with my Crayola markers, and you can get different variations. So I'll let you watch what I do. So now I'm going to go ahead and write never give up, just so you can see how I go ahead and do it. Never give up. And that is just like a very rough version. What I would do after this is get tracing paper and go over it again, or I'll keep repeating this sort of process. But I like to get a big piece of paper, and I like to just go ahead and come up with different compositions. But there are different styles of using a brush pen. You can do the very normal style, which is this. I'm doing it very quickly just to show you, but there are so many different ways of doing this. You can go and write minimum in this very block way. And the idea of writing minimum like this is to keep the consistencies, because you can see that minimum is based upon this sort of stroke here and this sort of stroke here. So you want to keep everything consistent in the same line or angle like this. Now, if you want to practice an alphabet, then you can do that as well. And it sometimes is very helpful when learning brush calligraphy, is just to do the uppercase and lowercase. So you can go A, and I'm doing this quite quick. See, the B was a bit wrong there. E, F, G. And you can keep doing it. Plus, with me, with hand lettering, I do it generally a lot, like 10 times better than this normally, but because of the camera, it's distorting my view. But it's all about practice and just playing around with it. Like, what words could we use? So I'm going to write Crayola again. And you can see here, I've got a little different style going on. I'm making the sort of lettering look pretty quick. And we can go like this if we wanted to. And this is just by quickly doing it with the thick downs and the thin ups. And then when you bring it into Illustrator, you'll be able to vectorize this and make it look a lot better. You can even go around it with the thin tip of the Crayola to give all those bits more definition if you need to, or just to adjust some mistakes. But sometimes we like to have this bit of texture in it for Photoshop reasons, so you can like have a bit of a background to it and it looks pretty cool. But there's so many different things you can do with this, it's quite incredible. I'll just do creative here. Do it again over here. It's all about finding those different parts of the lettering, but this is a really cool pen just to get the downs and the ups, like so. And a good way of practicing it is learning with your hands how to get the thick parts and the thin parts here. Now let's say you're working on something for a mate that you want to send to them, then what I would do is I'll quickly sketch a few concepts out. I'm not too sure what you would write, but I'm just going to write "Here you go." So this is one concept, or "Here we go." And you can go really crazy with it with Crayola markers because there's so many different styles of doing it. Like you've got this sort of G, which is the normal one, and you see the thickest and the thins. You've got this sort of G. You've got other sorts of G's like this. You have a little bit at the top. Then you have this. You could do so many different things with it. So it's all about getting compositions. So if I was here doing this, then get the composition right. And that's a very aggressive look, or I can go for the nice soft look of this if I wanted to. Do a different R if I wanted to. And again, this is going to be much easier off camera. So you can see that there's so many different ways of creating the hand lettering on with a brush pen or with a Crayola marker even. You can see that you can do really nice writing, like stuff that's vintage, and you can do stuff that's quite modern like this stuff here, or the ones where we've got like, you know, the A has got these sharp lines to them. It's all about practicing these different styles and having them. My favorite style has got to be the ones like this with the here. Because I love doing stuff with the M and the R's and stuff. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more hand lettering tutorials. I would love to see you on here. Also, if you think it was a really good video and you think I deserve it, then press that little bell button next to the subscribe button, which will basically notify you on your phone and stuff like that whenever I've ever uploaded a video onto the channel. I would love to know your thoughts on this and answer your questions in the comments below, so leave them down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. See you soon.